Can I get a 5x5? You got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. So, can I can I get a 5x5, please? 5x5. I've been broadcasting since 5. I have been talking nonstop since 5 a.m. You've heard none of that, correct? Correct? Anybody? Boy, if you could help me, that would be great. Good morning, beautiful people. Lady BB, good to see you. Holy hell in Hannah Basket. So I'm starting 40 minutes late, and I did 40 minutes up to that point. So let's start again, shall we? Alrighty, peeps. I'm Captain Tommy Scoville, and you're on the lifeboat. Today is the 8th year anniversary of my sobriety. 8 years ago today, I got stabbed. Just got the notification. Isn't that something? Have not heard you till now, Tommy. Balake, holy hell. You have got to be kidding. Well, let's take everybody up to speed. This is going to be the longest show I've ever done. Let's take everybody up to speed. All right, Tommy's triggered. John Doe, I've been talking to you about you being triggered for the last 40 minutes. John Doe has said that everything is a trigger, and I commented on it. I can't tell you how many times I commented on it. Yeah, I have. Thank you, full of hope. No question. Well done. Thank you, Ultra Maggot. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep, it was 8 years ago yesterday that I got stabbed. 8 years ago today is the day that I quit doing dope altogether, and it's been a trip down memory lane, which happens every year. Thank you, Balaki. Yeah, John Doe, don't worry about it. I'm gonna do it all over again. I'm gonna do it all over again. Oh man, you're gonna hear Squirrel. Squirrel came by and visited you all a lot in the last 40 minutes. Squirrel, thank you very much. Anik, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's been a long, long time. And 8 years it's been a great 8 years, almost all of it. But as I was telling John Doe earlier, he didn't hear it. The first 2 years were absolutely awful. I'd be lying to you if I told you any different. What I had to do was I had to learn to live as if. And the reason is this, because triggers are what makes you get high, right? Triggers are what cause you to go back and do things that you shouldn't have done, right? All of our mistakes, all of our relapses are caused by triggers. Okay, so we have to stop triggers from happening, right? That's the goal. And early on when life sucked and there was heroin all over the units and I could very easily go and get high and get all the dope I wanted on credit, to every day get up and not do it in that environment where there's no hope anyway. It's a bitch. It's a difficult road to hoe. And fortunately I had Q, and Q said to me, if you can identify what your external and internal triggers are, then you're going to be in much better shape to prevent these things. So I started listing out my triggers. And one of the first things that I wrote, because it was coming up really quickly, was the first snowfall of the year. Yes, I commented back and forth to you on that for the last 20 minutes as well. I wished you good luck and hope that I do not run into you tonight. But I will know where you are if that is the case. I really have been talking to you guys for the last 50 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. And I kept looking down and going, I don't know why I can't sign in to the show. I usually do this so that I can put the live chat on more than one device. And what it does is it gives me an opportunity to see people like T-Gun, I think it was the name. I thanked T-Gun this morning course, T-Gun didn't hear that because I don't know what I'm doing. Say the word, Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm full triggers. There you go, Mr. Ray Ray. Welcome to the party. Good to see you. Beautiful night last night here in Tucson. It gets really cold at night, which is lovely. I got a great view of the city. Also have a great sunrise. These are mountains that I spent time incarcerated looking over. So Q says to me, we need to identify your triggers and we need to replace them. We need to replace the things that trigger you with behaviors that aren't going to trigger you. So I start looking first thing in the morning. What do I do? How do I get out of bed? What do I do from the time I open my eyes until the time I go to sleep? What are the things that I do that make me want to use dope? And the first thing I did was kick all the covers to the bottom of the bed and literally roll onto the floor, usually wearing whatever the hell I went to sleep in the night before. In prison, it was a little different, but not much. Not much. In prison, as a white boy, you were supposed to have your mattress rolled up during the day because they don't want you napping in case there's a race riot or whatever. That's the theory. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'd have to have my cellmate basically stand guard while I slept in, which, I mean, that's literally how you have to do it. If someone's not feeling well, then one cellmate will watch that guy so that there's always one person there ready to go or whatever. And I would sleep in every single morning. I would sleep in. Everything that I did told me I was a loser. Everything I did told me I was a drug addict. Everything I did told me there was no point in even trying because you're just not going to change who you are. You're a junkie. That was my life. So what did I do? I got up and I started making the bed. First damn thing I did every single day. Why? Because I never did that when I was on dope. Ever. I started living my life in such a way that if I did it on dope, I didn't do it in the new life. And if I didn't do it, then I did it in the new life. And it was that simple. Literally, it was that simple. And it started out with just making the bed. That was all it started out as. Then it was making the bed and brushing my teeth before I did anything. Before I went and had a cup of coffee and all of the other stupid crap that I used to do, I decided I wanted to live like a clean, normal human being. So I got up in the morning. I made the bed. I brushed my teeth. Keep in mind that I lived in a bathroom, right? You got a top bunk, a bottom bunk, a toilet, and a sink combination, right? So brush my teeth. And usually this was a good hour before the doors would pop. So then I started adding push-ups first thing in the morning, right? Before anybody did anything. That way, when they popped the doors, I could hit the shower, go in there, shower, be out. And now before I make the first cup of coffee or before I do anything in the morning, I have already got up, made my bed. I've worked out. I've cleaned myself. I cruise off to the shower. I come down and now I've got a routine. And this routine says every single day when I get up, this routine says you're not the dude you used to be. You're not. So external triggers are what? External triggers are people, places, and things, right? They're also activities. They're also activities. They're the things that you do. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Your feed keeps silencing and reloading. Oh, I'm sorry, Sharon. On the bright side, at least I'm talking, right? Because earlier I was doing this and nobody was hearing a damn thing. Shows you how perfectly in tune I am with everybody on the boat. That I'm commenting to people that have no clue that I'm commenting to them, which is just frustrating as hell. However, we got a pretty good turnout this morning now that people actually know that I'm live. Maybe I should be doing this at 5:30. You can weigh in on that. If you want it later in the day, you can tell me. But I don't know. It's the sunrise that comes up over this mountain is unbelievable. So going back to 8 years ago, it was restructuring every single thing that I did. Everything I did. I had to put down, and everybody who's been on the boat for any length of time knows that the album Appetite for Destruction is a huge trigger for me. And the reason is I used to get up in the morning and I would put on track number 9, I think it is. It was the last track on the album. Was Mr. Brownstone. And I would sit down and I would break my dope up and I would cook it in the spoon. And the second it was ready to go, I would kick on Mr. Brownstone. And then I would spend the 4 minutes or whatever the song is finding a vein and injecting myself. We had to do our Mandos in jail, which is making our bed, working out and showering and keeping clean. We got put on the wall for 23 seconds. Yeah, and that's been locked up. Never got the wall. Good. I got the wall. I got the wall numerous times, but I got it for different things. I was told to not buy dope from certain people, and I just did it anyway. There's Squirrel. So and I told all of you this earlier, but so Squirrel spent the first day here just hiding, getting on the highest place in the house that she could possibly get to, and then disappearing. Look at this. Now, all she wants to do is walk around the house, look at things, and then meow to tell me that everything is here, but it's all changed. The house is different. Everything's different. Have you looked at this? Meow. Have you looked at this? Meow. She's absolutely driving me crazy. Okay, so external stimuli for triggers, external triggers, people, places, and things, and habits. If you do, it's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's a damn good one, right? Because it makes perfect sense. A bit OCD is not necessarily such a bad thing. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but trying for the second day not to take my painkillers. So scared I'll be too hooked. Can't make it long without them. Can't walk if I'm not taking my meds. Sharon, if you're if you need your meds to walk, why do you want to stop taking them? Honestly. I have never been anti-drug. I made a speech about this earlier. Nobody heard that either. I am not anti-drug. Never have been. I don't have a problem with anybody on the boat that's using a drug to get off a drug. I'm not anti-drug. I'm not. I'm anti-addiction. And if I break my back and the only thing that is going to bring me pain relief is a painkiller, I'm going to take a painkiller. And if I have to take it every single day, which means addiction, then I'm going to get addicted to it. You have to understand something. When I was doing 6 grams of heroin a day, it wasn't because I needed pain relief. It was because I needed relief from this pain. Right? I wasn't doing it because my body was in pain. Was my body in pain? Yeah, but that's not why I was taking it. And I don't think we're in the same situation at all. Think of an 8 laying on its side. It's the perfect definition of the infinity. He'd rather go to the dentist than hear Axl Rose sing. Axl would love to hear that. So afraid I'll be hooked. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I know I can't do that, but I'm scared of big meds. Okay, I get that. I really do. I get that. But if you need it for pain, then don't. All I'm telling you is you don't need to feel guilty for taking that. James Novak, apparently I'm a little late too, brother, so don't worry about it. I started the show at 5 o'clock, but no one knows that I started the show at 5 o'clock. It didn't go live. What happened is I had the time stamp set at 6:45. So anyway, I screwed up. That's what it comes down to. And that's really unfortunate. Okay, so what are you doing there, big cat? There goes Squirrel. I'm telling you, all she does now is walk around and meow at things. It's like she's telling me every single thing she sees. Look, this came. Look, we got this. Good morning, James Novak. Good to see you. Okay, so that would be external triggers. People, places, and things, right? That's how the cliche goes. But it's also activities. It's also the things that you do. In the first couple of years, I had to live as if. I had to get up and I had to go do yoga classes, and I had to get up and I had to go walk, and I had to get up and do all of these things that felt so foreign to me, that felt so damn stupid because it just wasn't me. But like anything else, yes, infinity on its side, 8 years. Yep. The boss is here. Act right, folks. It's so once I started living as if, the next thing you know, I'm out there. I know there's going to be a day where I'm going to have to take some kind of painkiller. I'm getting older. Yep, and I'm in the flooring business, and my knees and back hurt right now. 800 milligrams of ibuprofen works. You know what? Here's the reality of my life. A day is coming where I'm going to need pain medication for something. There's no getting around it. And at some point, I mean, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But good thing we weren't talking bad about Tommy. Oh, I heard you, John Doe. You're not fooling me. No, the sad thing is how many people I spoke to. Same boat. This is a good comment. Kelly Gerling says, same boat, Sharon, but I came off Oxy after 10 years with help from a doctor in Suboxone. Found out much of my nerve pain was every 4 to 6 hours when meds were cycling down. Now I know my true pain levels. Kelly, that is so awesome. I went through the same thing. And it's not something that I like to say out loud on the boat. I love it when someone else does. Snot face. Good to see you. Unpredictable Tony, good morning. Good to see you. Could you send me another email, brother? I was having a hard time finding one that you sent me. If you could, that would be great. The time I got was 9:25. Yeah, you're on the other coast. Thank you. You're on the other coast. And so normally the show should start at 6 o'clock your time, right? Is that right? 8 o'clock your time. The show should normally start at 8 o'clock your time. You obviously need those types of medication. I'm not knocking anybody for taking stuff that they have to take. Ultra Maggot says it all. And you know what, Tom, I hope you got some sleep last night. I was going to say, I already talked about that. But the funny thing is I've talked about all of this and you guys weren't here for any of it. I just was sitting here talking to myself, which is just so frustrating. So I'll bring you up to speed on that. I bought a mattress that did not get delivered. So last night I made a mattress out of the foam I ship my watches out in because I buy it in 6-foot sheets, basically 6-foot sheets. So I stacked about 4 of them up on the middle of the floor, right in front of the television set. And I put a big, thick comforter on top of that. And then I laid on top of that two people. Hey, cat. And that helped. And I put on some tunes that had been recommended. It's not tunes at all. It's noise. But I put on some noise that really did help. The only thing that, as prescribed, is not abuse. Is a great comment. It really is. That is a great comment. In fact, that may be my favorite comment of the month. Well done. That is a great comment. It may be the best comment. As prescribed is not abuse. Everybody hear that? Rockstone was his pillow. No, you know what? I did really good. I slept and life was going good. But Squirrel is, I'm telling you, Squirrel is now just ready to. Unpredictable Tony says, I disagree. Well, and I respect your opinion, but there's a very big difference between abuse and addiction. You can get addicted to pain medication without ever abusing pain medication. If you take pain medication for 8 days as directed, you could become addicted to it. But that doesn't mean you're abusing it. I hope you see the difference in that. And I'd love the discussion. I wish I could take you on in real time. Heather knows how to do that. I don't. But my uncle was overprescribed to kill him. Let me, that happens. You can get prescribed meds and become addicted. No question. But there's a difference between addiction and abuse. Okay? You can absolutely, you're going to get addicted to any medication that they write you that you're going to be on for any length of time. If they write you a prescription for benzodiazepines and you're going to take Valium for a year, you're going to be addicted to it. There's no two ways about it. However, if it says on the bottle, you take 1-3 times a day, and that's what you take, that's not drug abuse. It is addiction, but it is not drug abuse. Well, Sharon, failure is a different thing. Isn't addiction the abuse of anything? No. Addiction is the dependency of the body on a substance. That's what addiction is. Addiction is when your body is dependent on something. You can be dependent on something that you do not abuse. If a person, stick with me on this. If a person goes to a pain specialist because the person's pain level is at a 10 at all times, and the doctor writes that person a prescription and they titrate until they get to the right amount. And now this person is doing, getting off going to take just over a year. I'm on Dilaudid in my pump as needed. Getting off is going to take just over a year. So let's say that they titrate you and you're taking OxyContin 80s, 3 of them a day as directed. You take 3 of these pills, you space them out 5 hours a piece, and you have pain relief, right? You're not doing that for the purpose of getting high. You're doing that for the purpose of treating pain, right? Now, take the same person, me, write me the same script. So I get 3 pills a day, 3 OxyContin 80s, 90 of them a month. On day 7, I'm out. I'm crushing these things. I'm shooting them. I'm smoking them. I'm snorting them. I'm taking these things every single way I can, right? We're both addicted to drugs. I'm abusing the hell out of drugs. That person is taking drugs for the ability to deal with pain. There's a difference between taking drugs the way that they're prescribed. Doesn't mean you're not going to be addicted to it. It means you're not abusing it. My obsessive personality is one of the things that caused me to abuse drugs. I still have an obsessive personality, but it's more under control nowadays. Ultra Maggot, I am the same person. My family motto has always been, if it is worth doing, it is worth overdoing. Got to get going. Got to get some things done. Catch everyone tonight. Hope everyone has a great day. Be safe. I love you all. Charlie Mullins, I'm sorry that the first half of the show you couldn't hear me. I really do. It's Bush League. I'm still working on this. I never had a painkiller that actually killed pain. Motivated me is about it. Crazy Cat. Painkillers do different things to different people. And I don't know that a painkiller ever killed pain for me in the sense that it's supposed to. But it killed spiritual pain like that. It killed emotional pain like that. It killed all of those kinds of pain. What it did to my body, I don't know. Addicted but maintaining. My doc says there's a lot to maintaining. Once again, if a person is taking medication the way that the doctor has written it, while you absolutely can be addicted to that and will be, it's different than abuse. That's my stance on that. And it has to be that way. It has to be that way because there's a reason we have opiate receptors in our body. Normal people. There are normal people out there today who are addicted to drugs that live a perfect normal existence, but they have to have those drugs because the pain in their life is too much. And that's legit. I'm not that guy. And I've had enough surgeries to justify being on pain meds for the rest of my life. If you saw my medical file, I go to any pain specialist in the country and they're going to give me enough dope to feel okay. I don't need that, right? I could go that route and abuse the crap out of it. That's what I used to do, but I don't need that. An addict always has to go for the gusto. Damn right, James Novak. Damn right. And that really is the way it is. And I got to a point where, like, when I was going to the pain management doctor for real, I was getting 12 OxyContin 80s a day. 12 80s a day. I also had Demerol for breakout pain. It was in injectables. And then I had morphine sulfate in a liquid form that you could put underneath your tongue. And that was supposed to keep you between the large doses. So as one dose was coming off and the other one hasn't started yet, you could take the morphine sulfate because it would hit you in like 5 minutes. The Demerol was for pain that was so bad that nothing would work. You would just shoot it in the fat of your ass. And they would give me 5 of those preloaded syringes. And I would do all of them the first day. I had all of them. I had a doctor tell me that a narcotic painkiller helps with pain, but helped me more with the mental ability to deal with pain. He said that a lot of times 800 milligrams of ibuprofen works as good as Vicodin. Ultra Maggot, I believe that, and I'll tell you why. It's been my experience that the vast majority of pain in my life has been caused by inflammation. And very often, if I can get inflammation down, the pain goes away anyway. But, you know, I was just describing what they were giving me at the pain specialist. I didn't tell you half of it. I was taking Neurontin, right, gabapentin. I was taking Lyrica, which is almost the same drug. The fact they were giving me both of them is astounding anyway. I was taking Toradol. I was taking a whole friggin' host of other drugs that were supposed to shrink inflammation and do all kinds of other things to give me a better opportunity to go and live a legit life. But pain management is huge business, Kelly Yearling says, and you are right. Unpredictable Tony says, I take cold showers for pain. Changed my life. Cold water reduces inflammation. And I'll tell you something else that it does. If you finish your shower off with viciously cold water, your body releases endorphins and does all kinds of stuff that's different for you. Yeah. Yeah. Was all your skiing accidents the reasons you got addicted? Yes, absolutely it was. No, I was not addicted before that. I had the first times I had ever done pain medication was from ski injuries. And I had 5 Achilles tendon surgeries. I had, I don't know how many shoulder surgeries. I had, my knees used to get vacuumed out at the end of every season. Tony, that is awesome, man. That really is. That is awesome. It's such a cool thing to hear. I mean that. Here I am on year 8 today, and the number of times I've taken a medication for anything has been really, really limited. I do take aspirin. Sorry, my desk is squirrels in there disassembling. I don't know how the cat gets up into places that she gets. Why does this not close? Sorry, people. There we go. There we go. Sharon, the point I'm making is that got to run peeps, have to finish Funny Farm. Second seed's better than the first one. I got passed up by the Academy, which is just incredible. Squirrel, what are you doing? You hear? 6 Advil liquid gels equals Darvocet. Quiet Girl's not too far off. Is your channel sponsored by Home Depot? It's funny that you should say that. If it's not, it should be. What are you letting me know now, Squirrel? Cat's absolutely insane. You know the really horrible thing, people? The horrible thing is this. I started this show late, but I have to be somewhere. So I can't go long enough to actually finish this up. The good news is she trying to fly again? No, thank the goodness. Maybe I'll take that back. She is up really high again. She might be. So I am going to be here tonight, and I'm going to retouch on this because I really needed a full hour, and I had a full hour. But tonight we're going to be celebrating officially my 8 years on account of the fact that I'm never going to get to celebrate 8 years ever again. At least not for me. I can celebrate it for a lot of you. But this is the last 27th of June that I will ever be able to celebrate my 8th year of sobriety. His faded Home Depot smock on the wall. That's on the other side. You can't see that. That is, I do have one. I really do have one. You have perfect teeth. No, I don't. I have awful teeth. You can't see them, Sharon. They're not good. You go back and look at some of the videos where I'm laughing and my mouth is wide open. I do not have perfect teeth. I wish I did, but I do not. I'm missing a bunch from fights and things. I'm missing them here. I'm missing them down here. I'm missing a bunch of them. But I'm glad that I look good on film. That's good to know. Actually, that's going to keep me from stressing out about, because I am missing all kinds of teeth. Too much fighting. Too much fighting. Okay, all, I should get going and get ready. Still have no idea what time. Well, you be careful, please. All right, peeps. I'm Captain Tommy Scoble. I'm going to be back tonight at 5, and I promise you I'll start broadcasting as soon as I get there. I kept watching everybody say he's running late. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Stop it. I lost 2 teeth getting my head stomped on. Lemmy, I am so sorry. Lemmy, you're going live when? People, everybody pay attention, because Lemmy is going to be going live. Oh, no, you were talking about me earlier when you said live in 74 minutes. You know what? When you said that, I said, everybody, you know what? Take care, Tommy, and the rest of the crew. Hope you all have an awesome day. Thank you, Balake. And I will see the rest of you this evening at 5. All right? I love you all. Sorry about this. This was not one of my better days. Getting used to the new boat here. And as prescribed is not abuse. I'm going to stand by that. We might talk about that tonight. It's a hell of a subject. It really is. It's a hell of a subject. And this ended up being a 31-minute boat, which is just damn sad, man. But tonight, I got you. Classic show regardless. Thanks, John Doe. Sorry, you should have heard all the great advice I gave you earlier. All right, God bless all of you. And I'm going to go run my errands. Everybody be good. God bless. Tommy Scoville, Squirrels in the Closet.